Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to show up today for you guys, even though I am super tired. I'm still in my PJs because I had an amazing workshop that I led last night on the hidden job market. And that workshop turned into 4 hours. It went on from 8 p.m. till 12 a.m. Um, why did it go on so long? Well, I share 10 strategies on implementing that you can implement to access the hidden job market. Plus, we did it live and it was hands-on, and also stayed back to answer everyone's questions. Then we just, had discussion. Nobody wanted to leave. It was so 12:30. I love those experiences where um, where group of people come together to learn something, but then we have fun, we have conversations, and we just don't want to leave. So I still wanted to come on today to do my regular segment and be show up for you, even though I'm super tired, still in my BJs, still just have finishing my morning coffee. So today we're just gonna keep it light and simple. um, I just want you to be able to ask me any questions that you may have. And yes, I am super tired. I'm sleepy. I just want to go back to bed. But I'm here. I want to be here. I want to show up for you. So I'm showing up for you. So feel free to ask me any questions below. Baljeet Singh, hope you're doing great. I'm doing great in terms of the experience of last night's workshop that I led. I'm doing great. I'm happy, but yes, I am sleepy and tired. But I'm here. I want to answer all your questions. I love doing my lives. I love meeting new people. So bring on your questions. Ask me anything. It can be anything anybody wants to know: job search, careers. It can be about starting a new business. I have run multiple businesses. So feel free to ask me any questions you may have. And if you missed last night's workshop, which was on the hidden job market, um, and if you missed it, because I get it, sometimes, when it comes to workshop which is paid and we have to spend money, we have doubts, we have fears, or maybe she's a scam, maybe her teachings, or maybe I'm going to spend this money on the workshop and I'm not going to learn anything. Like, a lot of stuff happens through our minds when we are when we are wanting help, and then there's free help, and then there's also paid help, right? So there was 20 of 17 of us, give and take, and it was the most amazing experience. And some of the things my students, clients, friends are saying is it was an amazing experience. People were taking, like, they had like 5, 6 pages of notes. um Networking, the networking mindset of genuinely engaging with other people's content and building relationships. Like, it was a great experience, and people met so many great people. But it was an amazing experience. If you missed it, hit me up if you still want to part of this workshop, because you will have access to the recording. I'm uploading it. So if anybody wants to get access to the hidden job market workshop that I did last night, you've been hearing me talking about it for almost 2, 3 weeks about the workshop, and you missed it, let me know. It was the most amazing workshop ever, and I was also the most amazing people, souls in it. Do I work globally? Yes, I do. I do work globally. How do you see AI in the near future? I see AI as a tool. I don't see it as replacing jobs. I don't see it as replacing any human being. We were still going to need the human beings. We're still going to need the human brain. AI is not a human brain. It's a tool. It's a great tool to use if you know how to use it. I see a lot of people just using it in a generic way, kind of like I use it here and there to, if I'm stuck in something, I need it to, I'm stuck on wording, I can throw it in there and it will generate so many different ways of saying one thing in so many different ways. So I like it that way. So it just depends on you. AI is, it's scary a little bit to see how many people are heavily relying on it versus using it as a tool, if that helps. I'm searching for a new role as a principal. Guide me. What guidance are you seeking, Mohammed? How to negotiate a job offer on an email. Okay, I love this question. How do you negotiate a job offer on an email? So let's talk about this because this is a really, really great question. It's my favorite question because I've been negotiating job offers right out of my first job. I was 20 something. I remember negotiating and I went from like $19 to $23 to negotiating while I was in the job. And then my next job I negotiated and got 27 or $30 an hour. So negotiation is great. So how do we negotiate job offers? First things first is we want to write everything down that we want to negotiate. And also everything is negotiable. I actually have a whole document that I give out to my clients. It's a couple of pages Word document that I use with my clients that I've been using ever since in my 20s, and it's been built on from there. Like you want to negotiate job offers to, you don't want to just also throw things out of a thin air. You want to negotiate your hourly or your base salary by backing up why you are worth that amount, as well as backing it up with some research as well. So if you can give me some content of how much are you looking to negotiate, but you can negotiate everything. What happened to it happened is that the recruiter still has not responded. Does that mean they have to find another candidate? Can you give me some background story, Baljeet, on I need some more context. You said what happened is that this recruiter still has not responded. So if you can give me background story on this, like, is it that you applied to a job and then you didn't hear anything? Is it that the recruiter spoke with you and then you didn't hear anything? So if you can give me more details, that'd be helpful for me to answer your question correctly. So going back to this negotiation, you want to do your homework, you want to do your research. Also look at what are you seeking? How much do you want to make? How much do you want to make? And everything is negotiable. Here, one thing I want to say about negotiating job offers. Stand your ground. You want to stand your ground. Be confident and you want to stand your ground. That's one thing I always educate and instill in my clients as well when I'm talking about negotiations when it comes to salaries. A lot of time we want more and we ask for more, but we don't get it. And then we still take the lower salary. So stand your ground. So let's say you 100K, ask for 120, ask for a higher amount so that you at least get the 100K. So know how much you want and you should not take a penny less. So let's say you want 100K and they are offering you 80K and then you negotiate it and they're still saying they bumped it up to 90K. Don't just take it now because it's 90K. If you want 100K, you want 100K. The minute we start to accept less than what we want, The message we're telling this company, our potential new employer, is that, hey, it's okay for you to underpay me because I will take it. That's the message you're sending them. You're already telling them how to treat you. When negotiations are also about setting those boundaries on how you want to be treated. So if you are, okay, you give me some more information. Negotiating base salary, I had a word with the manager, and now HR has to respond to make. I want to negotiate about 500 to 100 as a base salary more than what they offer. Okay, that doesn't seem a lot. So negotiate, stand your ground. Also back it up. Like, why are you worth that much? Also look at the research. I always attach proof and research of the market rate, what's happening in the market for the same role, your market value, and why you are asking for more. Okay, but stand your ground. So if you want more money and they don't give it to you, that's the thing about negotiations. You have to be willing to walk away if you're not getting the bare minimum that you want and need. You're entitled to want what you want, and you deserve it, and you should be able to walk away. And it's one thing I always tell everyone before you negotiate: what is the bare minimum you want? And that's why we have to go ask for more, so you get the bare minimum. If you're not getting your bare minimum, you need to walk away. Are you prepared to do that? Because if you're not prepared to do that and you still take the lower end of the salary, you just told this company, the manager, the HR, how to treat you. They're always going to undervalue you, underpay you. They're never going to give you more money. Also, here's other things I want to talk about when it comes to negotiations. Is a lot of times, sometimes we have this in our mind that, okay, fine, I'll take the lower pay because I will prove them in 6 months that I can do this. I'm great. And then I'm going to ask for an increase. If you're not getting an increase right now, you're not going to get an increase in 6 months. You're not going to get an increase in 12 months when it's performance review time. Here's why. Here's my 17 years of HR experience now talking to you. Here's what's going to happen. Companies do annual performance reviews. How much is that? 1%, 2%, 3%, maybe even 4% if you're lucky. You have to be a rock star, exceptionally great, exceptionally excelling for the manager to even fight and get you 4%. So do the math. So now I know you're in a different country, so I'm speaking when I said do the math, the percentages, this is more geared towards Canada and US. So that's one thing you also want to take into account is your performance reviews, your performance increases are not guaranteed. What does that look like? How much will you get? This is one question I see no candidate asking when they're negotiating or when they're in the interviews. When you're in the last stage of interviews or when you get the job offer, no one's asking about what's the percentage of the performance review, the annual performance increases. It's in 17 years of my HR career, I've never had any potential candidate that I made an offer to actually even ask about the performance review. What does that look like? What's the increases? What's the percentages? Ask that question before you decide to take any job. Oh, thank you, Mohammed, for these kind words about being amazing personality and mentor. Thank you. Thank you so much. How can I communicate HR about me? Well, what are you looking to communicate, Manas? So if you can give me more details, background story. So I welcome all questions, but because this is kind of like happening through the chat comment, if you can give me as much details as possible, it will help me answer the question more clearly. So how can I communicate with HR about me? What are you looking to communicate? If this is about a job, then why are you seeking to communicate with HR? If you are not in HR, not looking for an HR job, You don't need to communicate with HR. You need to communicate with the hiring manager. That's who you need to communicate with. That's who actually you need to communicate with. So this is where we can make these shifts. I want to help you make minds. I want to change your mindset. I want to help you shift your mindset. We've been taught wrong about the job search. We've been conditioned to think that we need to go after HR and recruiters, but we don't. What we need to do is we need to really ask ourselves, okay, if I'm looking for this role, who am I reporting to? Who will be the decision maker? That's what sales training is all about. You say, no, I'm looking for FMCG. I don't know what FMCG stands for, but if that's the role you're looking for, then you don't need to speak with HR. Who you need to speak with is the decision maker. And that's one thing salespeople learn right off the bat is cut out the middle person, go straight to the one who holds all the power in making a decision. If you're not speaking to decision makers, you're just speaking to middle people who don't hold any power. HR has I'm telling you, I work in HR for 17 years. When it comes to hiring, unless I'm hiring for my team, I have really no say on who the hiring manager hires. It's not my decision. I can give my opinions, I can weigh in, but it's really not my decision. A hiring manager can come to me and say, I'm hiring this person. What am I supposed to do? Say, no, you can't hire? No. He or she has the freedom to hire whoever they want to hire. So go to the decision maker. Is it possible to get a good job more than a factory worker for an international student? Yes, definitely. Definitely. A lot of students are misguided, just like every career professional, to be honest. When it comes to job searching, I've found that there's a lot of people are just misguided just because we live in a world where everything is accessible to us, right? These little gadgets have given us accessibility to tons of information. World of information is available to us at our fingertips. What's happened now is that's why more and more people are actually struggling in their job search before these gadgets came into play. And I've been doing a lot of reflection on this. Before a smartphone came, so I'm 43. I was born in the 80s. And when I analyzed my entire job search from I was like 19, I remember how easy it was. I was still in high school, my last year in high school. My friends went to the mall, started handing out resumes, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I've never worked in my life. My friends actually worked before. I've never worked. Handed in my resume. Somebody calls me. I was like, okay. I was nervous. I had zero experience. But there was no like attachment to if I don't care if I got a job or not. And I ended up landing a job. And then I had to like convince my dad to let me work. And then same thing with all my other jobs. They were easy. My other second job was through a referral. Like a friend's sister was working at this company. They were hiring. Boom, no interview, got hired. And a lot of my jobs came like that. Working. My second job was my sister started working in this company. She got me in. My third job was in duty free. My friend was working there, got me in. Referrals are a great way to land jobs as well. And my first career job, applied to a job, I actually worked with a recruitment agency. They got me a job and easy peasy. I always have to go through interviews. But now I found it that it's so hard to land jobs simply just because there's just so much wealth of information. And I say this with all love and due respect to everybody, but I get everyone has great intentions and want to help people. The problem is that everyone is giving out advice on job search, and a lot of people just kind of shouldn't be. This should be a whole disclaimer about this is what I did that helped me. Take it or leave it kind of thing. A lot of people are just giving so much advice, which kind of is also not right advice. I've seen a lot of wrong advice being given on job search. It just blows my mind, and it kind of also is like, oh my god, this is why people are struggling. And a lot of my And that's what I talked about in my workshop last night. And it was a lot of people said it was such an eye-opening workshop, because you just realize a lot of things, a lot of the advice on the internet is just so garbage. And everybody that was in that workshop got that realization. Thanks, Gurpreet. Just insightful answers. You're welcome. No, I'm looking for, okay, fast-moving consumer or care private label. Okay, so then that's what you want to do, right? You want to go straight to the decision maker. Okay, so let me know, guys, how are you doing? Oh, I forgot to ask you guys how you're doing. Say hi, don't be shy. Type your questions, feel free to ask me anything you would like. One of the most famous questions I do get asked a lot um, is about, like, how did you build your follower base? How do you have such a huge follower base on LinkedIn? And simply, this is a question I do want to answer because I get this question a lot. I show up every single day. I'm consistent. I don't care about the LinkedIn algorithm. I'm not writing for LinkedIn algorithm. I show up, share my knowledge, share my expertise, give advice for free, give tips for free. I have not paid to get followers. Yes, you can pay and get followers. Um, I write. I'm willing to share. I'm willing to show up. I'm willing to share my knowledge. I'm willing to give tips and advice. Also, I'm willing to be real. I'm willing to share my mistakes. I'm willing to share the most vulnerable pieces of me. Just the last weekend, I shared about the thought of, oh, I want to die, and that's normal. From, like, I'm not saying it's normal, but I mean, I want to show people that I have these thoughts. Sometimes they've been there for a while, a long time, for some family tragedy that happened. But I wanted to share that story so that other people who have the same thought know that they're not alone. Sharing your vulnerable pieces of you is also giving hope to somebody. It's the best way to help. If you're really looking to help people, you can do it by sharing your stories of your hardships, the things that you've gone through. Best way to build, connect with people. Experience in retail industry, but I'm not a good job. But I'm got a good job. Sorry, I was 17 years in the retail industry, but I am got a good job except Walmart India. Due to the FDI issue in India, we lost our job. After that, I'm not single company. Okay, so you're in India. I really can't. I really don't know the India market. I don't know how companies work, so can't really guide you too much other than what I've already said. So I'm not sure. I don't know who would be a good person because I'm not really connected to anybody in India, or any career coaches in India or anybody recruiters in India. You may want to connect with people who can guide you properly for the country you live in. Do you have any referrals for job recruiters in Windsor? Okay, so let's talk about this. Prep jokes. Why are you looking for referrals for? Why are you looking for recruiters? Something I want to ask everybody. And it's something I said earlier to Manaz was, why do you need HR? Why are you looking for recruiters? Like, how do you communicate with recruiters? So let's talk about this. First, take a moment and ask yourself, I'm not saying don't work with recruiters. This is not, I do teach you to pick five recruiters in your field and industry that specialize in recruiting for your industry, your domain, and become friends with them. When I say become friends, that's not, hey, I want a job from you. And that's where a lot of people are going wrong, is when you're looking for a job, then you're seeking recruiters, you're seeking out HR. But what you should be doing is you should be building relationships every single day, not just when you're looking for a job. And the sessions are going wrong is they're not thinking about building relationships with recruiters, or recruiters definitely like pick five and build constantly be building that relationship. We don't think of anything to do with job searching until we're out of a job. If you truly want to help yourself and build a successful career, start doing this every day. Build relationships with people every day so you're never out of a job. You never have troubles. You will never have problems landing jobs or ever be out of a job. Or even if you're out of a job, you'll quickly land a job because you've been every day putting time into building relationships, building your LinkedIn profile, updating your resume. You're connecting with people, you're making friends, you are out there and about and creating awareness about you exist. So I would like to know, Prabjo, like what job are you looking for? And who is the recruiters? Randstad is a great company. If you're in IT in Canada, Procom is a really great company to work with as a recruitment partnership. Robert Half. So it just depends on the role you're looking for. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of messages about everybody wanting to work with me. So full disclaimer, I do charge a fee for my coaching. So I don't coach for free other than LinkedIn Lives are free. My YouTube channel is called GKM Coaching. It's free. There's tons of videos on job searching advice. So if you're seeking for advice, show up on my LinkedIn Lives and ask questions. You can go to my YouTube channel called GKM Coaching. Under the live tab, you will see all the lives from 2 years almost, goes back all the way to 2 years. And you can catch all those lives. So if you want to work with me, I am an expert in helping people land six-figure jobs. I work with career professionals who have 5 years or plus experience. I do sometimes work with people that are a little bit junior, but mostly my focus is to work with career professionals who have 5+ years of experience. In my coaching program, I do offer courses, online courses that you can take for job searching, and they're do-it-yourself solutions. So if you want to work with me, I do charge a fee. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I charge, full transparency. I charge for my coaching program is $3,000 US. I do offer a payment plan, 4 months payment. You can split up the payment. You can take the 3,000 and you can break it out to easy payment plans, like 4-month plan, 7-month plan, or 12-month. The program itself is 8 weeks. There's training videos on each modules of job search, from like resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles, how to put a dollar value on you, how to job search, how to different strategies and methods in job searching, prepping for interviews, how to ace those interviews, and how to negotiate job offers. And then it comes with 2 live coaching with me on every Tuesday and Thursday. So it's a $3,000 US fee. And you can pay that fee upfront, or you can split it up to either 4 months of payments, 7 months, or 12 months. So like, for example, 12-month plan is 288.888, and you can play it over 12 months. My clients who work with me have increased their salaries double and triple their salaries working with me. And we achieve this just in 8 weeks, which works out to be 60 days. So $3,000 US is $50 US a day, an investment in you if you pay it up front and you break it up to 60 days. Now, if you want to break up those payments 4 months, 7 months, 12 months, you can. I do work one-on-one as well. I charge by the hour, and that's $500 US an hour. And I know a lot of when people hear my price, it's like, oh my God, you're so expensive. Sure, sounds expensive, but truly isn't for what you actually get. And this is what I instill in everybody. Know your worth. I don't decrease my prices because someone said to me they can't afford it. because there is somebody out there that can afford it. There is somebody who's willing to pay me. And that's why I'm still around. I'm still running my business. There is people still paying me $3,000. People are paying me even $10,000 to work with me. And the reason I'm openly sharing this is to show you that there is a company out there that's willing to pay you what you are worth. If you just, one, have confidence in you. Number two, believe that there's a company out there that will pay you that, because trust me, there is a company that will pay you. Just like we're willing to pay Apple phones, just like we're willing to, like, now, one of the expensive phones is Apple. Aren't we willing to pay the price to get this? When you can easily get a cheaper phone. You can easily get a cheaper phone than Apple. You can easily get a cheaper phone than Samsung. Samsung and Apple are head to head in their pricings. But yet there are cheaper models. There are even free phones that cell phone companies offer. But yet we look at your buying habit. How many people here own an Apple phone or even a Samsung phone? And ask yourself, why were you willing to pay so much to get this phone when you could have just got a cheaper phone that would probably do the same thing that Apple phone does too? So if we're willing to pay this much price for this gadget, there's a company is willing to pay you your price. And I was having a great conversation last night about this, and even today in my inboxes, having conversations with the great individuals who were in my workshop last night. And we're programmed to think that companies' budgets decide how much we get paid, so we should just take the job we're getting. Instead of, we haven't been coached or trained to think, no, we do. Wait a minute. I should know my worth. I know what I can do for companies. I know the problems I can solve. I know how much money I've saved companies by solving these problems. So I deserve to make X amount of money because I'm going to be solving these problems that are going to save X amount of money for companies, because every single day we're solving problems at work. So if I'm solving problems and saving them X amount of money and generating profits for them, don't I deserve the piece of the pie? And this is something we all need to do. Like, the amount of money I charge is, my coaches have helped me instill this into me. And this is what I'm instilling back into you as well, right? You, if you're still here listening to me, I'm instilling this in you. You need to know how much you're worth. You need to know what problems you're solving. How much is that problem worth? How much you're solving? How much you're saving cost, right? Money. Now, my coach said this: people who are working with you are increasing their salaries by a huge amount. You need to charge more. Like, I was charging $1,500, and she's like, no, you need to charge $3,000. Another coach of mine, I worked with another coach. So my sales coach is Kendrick Shopi, great person, woman to follow. For all my entrepreneur friends out there, follow her. Another coach that helped me was Rob, who helped me with my self-worth. A lot of times we just don't believe we are worthy of what we want, the amount of money we want. I help my clients through self-worth as well, instilling them that they deserve it, they're worthy of it. So that's one thing I do want to share openly is you deserve to make what you want to make, as long as you first believe it. You are worthy of it. One thing also happened last night was a lot of people, I'm telling you this from my 17 years of experience working in HR, as well as a career coach, as a coach, a lot of you are not even aware that you are undervaluing yourself and underpaying and underpaid. I see this every day. My clients who worked with me, that's the first thing they realize in the first week of working with me. I've been undervaluing myself and I didn't even realize it. I've been I'm asking for low salary compared to what I actually can do. I didn't even know about it. Can you honestly, I have a question for everybody. Can you honestly tell me, do you really know if you're undervaluing yourself or not? Have you taken that moment to go through that? A lot of people don't even know they're undervaluing themselves unless they're in jobs that sometimes it takes you to get into a job to realize that I am undervalued and I'm not getting paid enough for the work I do. And and that's why a lot of people are undervalued and underpaid, don't know it. Hence why that's where I can come in and help you. And then my clients have that's why they have increased their pay is because majority of them really didn't realize they're underpaid. Asking for the market rate or just getting happy with just getting on because the company paid me this much and that's all I can get, right? Finance recruiters. Which recruiter? I can't think of the top of my head, but Robert Half, Robert Half and Randstad are really big recruitment firms, and they specialize in different types of recruitment. So you want to find somebody um, that is a finance recruiter. So find somebody that's a finance recruiter. Excellent, excitement, excitement, excellent. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions? No? Okay, so if there's no more questions, I will be concluding the session. Thank you so much for showing up here. And even though I was super tired and I just want to crawl back in bed, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I showed up for you. I'm glad to answer your questions. If you need any further assistance, feel free to message me, my LinkedIn. These videos, you can find them on my YouTube channel. You can also go to my LinkedIn profile. Let me show you what you need to do. Okay, so I get asked this question a lot. Like, I have a lot of people will reach out to me. Oh, how do I get the replay of the video? It's really simple. Okay, if you want to get the replay of a video on this LinkedIn Live, you can actually go to my LinkedIn profile. And if you just click through, you can see the future videos. This is the one by how to crack the hidden job market, how to answer common interview question, walk through on your resume. If you just go under my activity and click on show all posts, you can see all my posts and just go through the content. There's tons of content, free advice I give every single day on this platform, every single day. And that's how you can get if you're seeking for advice and guidance, go through my content on LinkedIn. You can go to my YouTube channel, which will make life easier if you're looking for videos. If you want to work with me, feel free. Like, yes, if you want guidance for your particular situation, yes, reach out to me. I'll happy to get on the call with you to see if you're a good fit for me, if I'm a good fit for you. And yes, I do, full disclaimer, I charge for my coaching services. I don't coach for free. It's my is how I earn a living. Okay. But there's tons of free resources. But I'm exceptionally great at what I do. When clients get results, if you want to make more money in your career, I am the best coach to work with. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I am the expert and the coach you want to work for. If you want to make more money in your career, you want to increase your salary. How many, if I want to know, how many people here do want to make more money? How to get our resume selected by the automated selection criteria. Applicant tracking systems, again, depending on what country you are, I have a better plan for you. You don't need to worry about getting your resume automated like the applicant tracking systems. Go straight to decision makers. I can make your life easy. You don't have to worry about resumes. You don't have to worry about applicant tracking systems, getting your resume past the ATS, getting your resume in front of a recruiter. You can go straight to the decision maker. And that's what I taught last night in my workshop. How to go straight to decision maker. What should your approach be? What should your exact message be to them? Okay, I'm going to end it right here. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will be back next week. I will not be doing a LinkedIn Live tomorrow, probably not, but I'll be back next week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great Thursday. Bye.